Hello, welcome everyone to our 6th installment of nursery rhymes and poems to keep us young at heart during difficult times. 2 short poems today, one about a little girl and one about a little boy. Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row. Tom, Tom, the piper's son, stole a pig, and away he run. The pig was eat, and Tom was beat, and Tom went crying down the street. I'd like to offer a little reflection on each of these. We'll start first with Tom, the piper's son. Here we have a little rule or a little moral on the consequences of our actions. The child stole, the child benefited from what he stole, he had a nice meal, and then he got a good beating, and then goes crying down the street. In these times of this coronavirus, we have to really start thinking, stepping back, having a good look at our lives and our society and our culture and the consequences of our actions. How this virus started, there are some reports. It came in, of course, from China, but that it was from people who were doing illegal trafficking in exotic animals. Again, a way of not honoring nature, not trying to control and use nature. Animals that belong in the wild should stay in the wild. That's certainly one thing. But also when we look at over the past 70 years, really starting with the 1950s, during the recovery from the war, we've been given a lot of wonderful technology and benefits. At the same time, we don't always use them in a proper proportion and in the ways of honoring nature, particularly with the use of plastics and all the packaging that we're so used to appeal to our eye but not to the earth and aren't biodegradable. It's time to look at all those things, but also that we're home to look at, as we always need to do, in terms of conserving energy, conserving water, conserving detergent. So we might recognize that we really could rewear a lot of our clothing for a few days. It doesn't have to be the same clothes every day. You can put it back on a hanger and take it out 2 days later, but to conserve on the water, unless of course they're soiled or we're doing a lot of heavy work, then of course. And then this you can dialogue with me. Is it better to do only large loads of wash? Does doing small loads of wash use up more energy? I think it's better to wait till they pile up and you got a nice full load of wash. But at any rate, a little practical things to consider during these times. The second one, to go back to Mistress Mary, why is she contrary? Now I ask you, we aren't told, but perhaps it's because she's never acknowledged, she's never affirmed for the way she works hard and cultivates that garden. Perhaps the writer is thinking, gee, Mary, this really is quite beautiful. You haven't really been affirmed. And so we can reflect on, especially now that many of us are home, and some of us are home alone, to think how often we need and want people's affirmation. But to remember, we don't often get it, but faith can be a great antidote to that disappointment that we can all experience, because in our faith in God, we are always loved, we are always forgiven. He invites us to be in awe that He has brought us to life, and the interconnectedness of all things with other people, with nature itself, and let that be enough to be good for us to appreciate the beauty of life. And even in this day, with the virus affecting the lungs, for some reason that's its point of attack, if we are healthy, just to the gift of breathing and the air. You know, one of the Hebrew words for spirit, as in Spirit of God, is ruha, which is breath. The breath of God is in us. I'll close now. I don't want to make these too long, but I'm going to, in a few minutes, record a piece of scripture and a little further reflection on these dynamics of our relationship with God, one another, and with nature. It was a special request from a longtime friend to share the prophet Isaiah, chapter 55. So if you're willing for a little more, give me a couple minutes and I'll be posting that up today as well. Lastly, if you're just with me now, if you'd like to join the Paulist Fathers in prayer, we are continuing to broadcast live and then keep accessible on the website the masses that we celebrate every day. Tomorrow, Sunday, there'll be a 10 a.m. Mass, Eastern Standard Time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 5:15. The morning and the evening are in English. The 12:30 is in Spanish. You're welcome to join us at paulist.org, paulist.org/watchmass. And so you're welcome to join us for those as well, including weekdays at 12:10 p.m. I hope I'll see you in a few moments. God bless you. Let's keep the faith and be kind to ourselves and one another. God bless.